Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at Super Saiyan God SS Vegeta, the free-to-play unit that obviously came out with, well, the beginning of the anniversary. So this is Super Saiyan God SS Vegeta, and he's, I would say, in what I would consider the decent category of units. He's quite solid. He's a range type unit. He's a good booster unit for Universal Survival Saga. He does nullify special cover change, but I think overall he's what I would classify as a solid unit, if not unspectacular. I don't think he's as good as some of the other free-to-players, but he's definitely not a bad free-to-play. So he's kind of in between. I think he's decent, but I don't think he's a suitable replacement, at least not for any of the summonable USS units that are currently out. But on his blast attack he has anti-armor, which is really good. He cancels enemy attribute upgrades on his special move, which is solid. His special skill applies attribute upgrades to himself and increases his arts card draw speed, which is pretty nice. In terms of his abilities, he boosts Universe Rep, which is pretty nice, event exclusive, or tag Saiyan, so that's all pretty good. And then in terms of his actual abilities, he's okay. He's got overwhelming prowess, which gives him 80% to damage inflicted, 60% damage reduction, 30% special move damage, 80% to key recovery, and nullify enemy special actions that change cover for 20 timer counts when the battle starts. So it's a good way to nullify cover change when the battle starts. Anytime he draws an arts card, a strike one, he restores his key, blast one restores his key, special arts card restores health, special arts move card restores key, so all pretty good stuff. He applies the following effects to when he enters the battlefield: restoration of key, increasing art card draw speed, and then if he gets strike cards he increases his strike damage, and if he gets blast cards he increases his blast damage. So a pretty simple unit, but I think a simple but effective unit without being too unspectacular. Very nice simple playstyle that can benefit a little bit from progressive play. So I think overall he's nice. I think having a lockdown on special cover change for the first 20 timer counts is pretty good. Obviously it means you kind of have to start the battle with them in general, but I think overall he's not too bad. He does get chewed up a little bit by purple units, and by a little bit I mean a lot, and there are still some strong purple units that exist in the current meta. Ultra Vegeta has been counted a little bit, but he's still rampant, and like he's still there. He's not going away, he's still there, he's still doing his thing. But yeah, look, I think overall Vegeta is solid. I think, you know, with free-to-play units, they're doing a bit better in 2023, I want to say. I don't think they're nearly as bad or as, you know, estranged as they used to be. I think there was a period where free-to-play units just weren't even strictly like PvP viable, like you couldn't even bring them into PvP. Whereas I think Vegeta is a solid option, especially for maybe a starting player or someone who's looking at you know, maybe getting a bit more involved or needs a booster option or is looking for a green. So there's definitely like some decent coverage that Vegeta provides. I don't think he's an ace in the hole. I don't think he's a like pseudo replacement for anyone, but I think, you know, he's solid. In terms of equipment, I did show you the equipment at the beginning of the video that I'm rocking on him, but he's got a fair chunk of equipment. I mean, USS always has like a super huge chunk of equipment, but generally speaking, base blast attack, special move damage, health, key recovery, these are kind of what we're looking for when you're building into him. Now, of course, you don't have to build that way, but I think, yeah, you should probably just focus on, you know, blast attack. I think that's generally speaking going to get you the best results for him. Allows you to really kind of, yeah, you can see here like the nice kind of stack up effect that his blast attacks can have. Some decent damage against a bit of an older purple there. Some good opening damage on Jiren. The only problem is his green doesn't let him draw a card, and I think that would have made him just like super clutch. Like I think the green letting him draw a card would have made him like ace in the hole kind of unit, and I think then he would have been really fun to use. Not to say that he's bad in any way, shape or form, but I think he could be really fun to use. Obviously there's some decent Zenkai boosts for Vegeta as well. I think in terms of Zenkai boost options, you've got green Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you've got green Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, who I'm currently using. You also technically have Kefla if you run her as a lead. So there's a lot of solid boost options for Vegeta, which I think is good. I think it's a pretty solid, to give him that boost. Whether you should be boosting him is another question entirely. But he does sync up with the boost build for Goku Rose, so I guess you can always do that and just cross-synergize if you are fortunate enough to have Goku Rose, but for some reason lack any other alternative option that you might want to use. So yeah, I would say overall Vegeta's good from that aspect. Obviously I have him now at 7+, 14 star plus, which I think is pretty decent. His max stats are 131k, which is good, 202k blast attack, 132 strike defense, 202 in terms of strike attack, 2 million health, just decent stuff. Again, not anything crazy. He is a free-to-play unit, so can't really expect him to go nuts or sicko mode, I want to say, but I think overall he is solid. He does have a good presence on the battlefield, and we saw him do some decent damage. He's not going to go sicko mode against everyone, but I think overall he's solid enough. With being a decent counter to blues, I think some of the better blues will still get a hold of him. I mean, Beast Gohan still exists. There's a reason why they haven't brought him back on any damn banners at all, because there's something wrong with that unit. But yeah, basically he's in a good position. I would say he's solid enough. I think they've countered Ultra Gogeta Blue enough with yellow, Kid Buu and stuff like that, that I think you can definitely use him. But I think you're not going to see crazy numbers out of him. You can see he's doing some decent damage here. I think he's dangerous to switch into, especially in these first 20 time accounts, because of that special cover nullification. Not that there was any there, but still. And yeah, I think he can do some good setup from that perspective. I don't think he's a crusher, but I think he's good. I think Super Saiyan Broly, I think Super Buu are technically better units. But I think Vegeta is a nice, decent anniversary edition. I do wish the anniversary free-to-players were kind of nutty, just to give players some really good options, especially those that don't get the summonable units. But yeah, I would say Vegeta does a good job. We've seen him do good damage. We've seen him do decent attack stats. We've seen him do some decent work here. And yeah, I would say his special nullification is enough to at least consider throwing him into the pit. Because anytime you can kind of throw out your opponent's game plan, really prevent them from getting whatever advantage they want, I think is all pretty good. And you can see Vegeta doing some decent damage. Obviously, the guy we're facing is not maybe necessarily the best or anything like that, but I think, I think overall Vegeta's in a good space, at least for me as a unit. I think he's in a decent position. Could be better, but yeah, I think overall I have to say I'm probably very happy with Vegeta's performance as a unit. And I think overall he did a good job. I wouldn't say he is a game breaker, but I wouldn't say he is a bad option at all. So consider picking him up if you want to. You'll probably enjoy him. And worst case scenario, he can always be a solid boost option, because he does give some decent boost to the USS Saga and to Saiyan. So yeah, but that pretty much covers it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.